Hi, we're Stu and Laura. You'll normally find us aboard our floating home Delfino, but this week we're in New York City, eating our way around all 5 boroughs and trying as many different cuisines as we can pack into a weekend. In this episode, we have a Taiwanese breakfast in Brooklyn, Sri Lankan lunch on Staten Island, and Mexican dinner in Manhattan. So, let's do it!
Let's go!
We had to take a trip across the Atlantic for work, and we decided to stay an extra weekend to see everything the city has to offer. And it turns out that kitting a boat leaves you with a lot of Avios points, so we upgraded our flights and travelled in style.
Got a cool view. Laura, check out this view. Whoa. We're on a mission to discover parts of New York that most tourists never go visit. Everybody knows all about Manhattan, but the real question that I have is, what are the other boroughs like?
One of our favourite things about big cities is the melting pot that you find there, people and food. So today we're on a mission to have 5 different meals in 5 different boroughs of 5 different cuisines. And to make it a little bit more challenging for ourselves, we're going to take 5 different modes of transport to see the ways of which you can get around the city.
And kind of one of the questions I have is it going to be fun? Is it worth going to see these different boroughs? I have no idea what it's going to be like.
I'm nervous.
Laura's super nervous. She's always been worried about this plan, but let's go check it out.
So, let's do it.
Let's go.
Our first borough is Brooklyn, where we were staying, and we decided since we weren't travelling too far that we'd cycle to breakfast. We rented city bikes, which are all over the city and allow you to pick up a bike in one place and drop it off in another. We've used similar bikes in London, so weren't expecting to have much trouble with them, but dealing with the docking stations pre-coffee wasn't the easiest thing in the world.
It says hold city bike card here to unlock. That's interesting. Oh no, here we go. Scan to unlock. Scan to unlock. Using the Lift of the City Bike app. All right, we're in business. I got the app. So, let's go. You can plan a trip in it, which is pretty cool. Win Son Bakery, which is our next stop. I guess it's that one in Brooklyn.
Yep.
I guess the P means
There's 1 parking space there.
there's 1 parking space there.
So we might have to find somewhere with 2 Ps.
Yeah. Try another vehicle. There's a bike number 3. Come on.
Are we going to fail at the 5 methods of transport immediately?
Oh, hey, I got a bike. It's only like a manual one though, so.
So we are going to go down 5th Street.
Yeah.
We're going to join Metropolitan for a bit, cross over that giant road, which I am very nervous about. And then we're going to do some wiggling to actually get there.
Okay. We can walk across
Yeah, we can walk
Metropolitan.
the last bit if we need to.
Yeah. It's actually quite a nice borough to cycle around. It's pretty wide roads, nice bike lane, not many cars. Laura's like a total speed demon on that electric bike there. Look at her. She's all the way down there. I can't catch up with her. Classic. Oh, I'm loving this. This is fun. I enjoy exploring these cities so much. Oh no. Got caught by the red light. Hey up. Okay. Oh god, I thought you were gonna come on my left.
We really enjoyed our time in Brooklyn. Slightly less fast-paced than Manhattan, it felt like somewhere you could actually live. And in fact, 2.7 million people live in Brooklyn alone, making it the most populated of the 5 boroughs. We'd been in New York working for a week already and hadn't felt the need to leave Brooklyn. We'd eaten some amazing food, including some of the best Mexican and pizza we'd ever had, all within walking distance to our hotel. And although the bikes weren't my favourite mode of transport, they did let us see more of Brooklyn than we could have covered on foot.
So if we go one more block and then go 2 blocks up, there's 13.
It's 10 o'clock and we haven't even made it to the first place yet.
So a 10-minute cycle to the first place is going to take us like half an hour.
Hopefully these work. Guess I just push it in. Hey! Hey!
Oh, I hated that.
You hated that?
Did not enjoy.
I thought it was good.
Well, it was fun up until the point where we got near and actually there was no more bike lane anymore, and now we've ended up 3 blocks away from where we want to go. We didn't die!
You didn't die. Yeah, it's true.
Street freaked out at a street cleaner.
It was in the middle of the road. It scared the shit out of me, You enjoy your electric bike?
I did enjoy my electric bike. It was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Would electric bike again, maybe with a little bit more consideration for where the stops are. Did you know we're actually on Long Island at the moment?
I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense.
I know, it blew my mind when I found that out.
I like this area so far.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Good news, Laura, is that there's no more bikes involved today.
That is good news. I struggle with directions anyway. Blocks confuse me, and quick moving blocks while I'm on a bike, and I can't be like, this is where I'm turning. Very confusing. So we've come to Winson, which is a Taiwanese American bakery and restaurant. So they have a restaurant over here, bakery behind me. And they specialise in American classics like a bacon, egg and cheese breakfast sandwich, but done in a Taiwanese way. So let's check it out.
I guess we order over here and then go pick it up over there. Yeah. Oh man, I really needed that coffee.
So we've got 2 breakfast sandwiches made with scallion pancakes. The first one is bacon, egg and cheese, and the second one is veggie. And we've also got a laminated chocolate bun, which I'm very excited for. Right, I'm going to do bacon, egg and cheese first, I think. Oh my god, that's hot.
That was the bacon one, is it?
Really good American bacon. Very cheesy, very nice. So it's wrapped in a scallion pancake.
Okay.
I know nothing about that and why that is a traditional Taiwanese thing, so I will look it up and put in a voiceover while you watch the time lapse of us eating.
According to my research, scallion pancakes are a popular breakfast food called kong yu bing in Chinese. The dough is made with flour, water, oil and spring onions before being layered and fried, creating a crispy outside, flaky middle, which is exactly what we experienced at Winson, although apparently traditionally they're served plain.
Pancake number 2. This one's like a vegetable one, so it looks like it's got maybe some noodles? I don't know. Eggs and greens, some onions, in the same kind of scallion pancake. That is so good. It's crispy and savory, maybe a bit of soy sauce in there. Fish sauce, possibly. Oh, that's good. That's delicious.
It's a hollow bao.
Okay.
So I think it's sort of laminated, I think meat dough, so kind of like Taiwanese croissant.
That bottom half had some chocolate in it.
Surprise chocolate.
What do you think of this thing? Pretty good, eh? It is very similar to a croissant.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it got pretty busy toward the end, so I definitely recommend getting there early if you want to check that out. I thought the sandwiches were amazingly delicious and savory.
And the Taiwanese sort of chocolate croissant thing, excellent.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and the coffee was surprisingly rich and strong and
just like busy and needed to fight for a seat. But otherwise, like awesome experience.
Yeah, really good.
Now we're heading to the Whitehall Terminal and to take the ferry over to Staten Island.
Yeah, I'm much more excited about this mode of transport than the last one.
It smells like pee.
So it's 11:44. We made it across Manhattan from Brooklyn, and we're at the Staten Island Ferry Terminal. I think it's called Whitehall Terminal.
Whitehall Street.
Ferry arrives in about 10 minutes.
All the New Yorkers that we've spoken to have said, don't bother going to Staten Island, it's a waste of your time. But I'm very excited about this. We get to go on a ferry, we get to go past the Statue of Liberty. So yeah, I'm pumped.
It wouldn't be right for us to come to New York and not get on a boat. So come on, let's go check it out.
The Staten Island Ferry runs every half an hour and takes about 25 minutes. It is open 24/7, 365 days a year, and has been operating since 1817, making it one of the oldest continuously running ferries in the US. Despite that, it's one of the few things in New York that's free and has a great view of the city skyline and the Statue of Liberty.
We picked the wrong side of the ferry. So the Statue of Liberty on the other side is like rammed. Look at this. I can barely even get in. The pro tip is to come right to the front and look through the windows. There she goes.
How should we pick it?
I think it's about how intricately it's done. We're pretty far from there.
We need to figure out where the Statue of Liberty is.
You've enjoyed the Staten Island Ferry? Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I've not been to Tokyo, but out of the cities that I have been to, that's like one of the more impressive ones that I've seen. Now look at it, it's massive. Loving these seagulls as well.
I don't know what the seagulls do.
I don't know, maybe people throw food off the back of this thing?
We're still just about to say each other. It's a boat.
We're number 2. What's that?
It smells like pee.
Key counter
Yeah.
2, 3.
The only mode of transport that's not smelled like pee so far is a bike.
I enjoyed the ferry though, I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
my favourite mode of transport so far.
What, between the bike and the ferry?
Yeah. I mean,
Let's
the
see.
bike cost me $15. This was free.
And the chance of death was way lower.
Yeah.
What are your first impressions of Staten Island?
Very different. Very residential. I suppose it feels more like small town America than New York.
Yeah. Sort of like, it's got the views out into New York and a lot of these kind of big industrial areas too. It's quite sleepy.
Yeah, like there's a group of people in front of us who also got off the ferry, but otherwise there's nobody on the streets.
Yeah.
The architecture here feels more European than Manhattan, and this was originally a Dutch island, and Staten comes from the Dutch word, I think, Staten, which just means state. It was originally named by a Dutch explorer, and then the British took over in 1664 and renamed it Staten Island and anglicised the name. Tompkinsville on Staten Island is also known as Little Sri Lanka, with one of the largest Sri Lankan communities outside of Sri Lanka itself. New Asha was the first restaurant to open here and is known for simple but tasty food and a very welcoming atmosphere.
Hello.
And it's a good thing we did go for that walk, because we ended up having a bigger lunch than we'd bargained for at New Asha.
Some of my best friends from when I was in school were Sri Lankan, and it smells exactly like their house, didn't it?
I'm enjoying it so far. Roti with vegetables. And this one?
There's goat meat.
Yeah, goat and what looks like a sort of red curry sauce.
How is it? Good. Yeah.
So you said one is like deep fried goat, right?
Yeah, deep fried goat, yeah, chopped up goat and
Yum.
all spices, yes.
It was spicy.
Oh, it's delicious though. Yeah, it's got a kick, that does. Yeah, that's nice. It's not that bad.
I'm going to give you the goat meat. How's that?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Piece of roti?
So what do we got on the plate?
Okay, I gave you a little mixed rice,
Yeah.
biryani and white rice. Then I have a black curry goat meat.
That one?
And then, no, that's a jackfruit.
Okay.
Yes, jackfruit and black curry goat meat,
Take a
yellow lentil,
Yeah.
and I have a leeks and potato. It's a very famous dish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm pretty scared of goat, not gonna lie.
You just ate some.
I know,
Just like that.
but I don't like
It's pretty good.
The jackfruit is really, really good.
Yeah.
Very spicy. And the potatoes and leeks also really enjoy. Rice is super tasty, and the lentils are super tasty. Goat is not my favourite.
That was a great experience.
You wanted a New York experience?
Yeah, that was a New York experience. Yeah, for sure. But generally, I thought New Asha was lovely.
Yeah, really,
eh?
really
Like,
good.
yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. She was so nice, the lady there.
Yeah, food was super tasty, experience was great, service was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Manhattan.
Feeling extremely full, we got back on the ferry to head to our third borough of the day, Manhattan.
And finally, 3 boroughs in, we're exploring Manhattan. What you think of when you think of New York? We're going to go do our mode of transport first, and it's not necessarily one that you'd expect.
After like spending the morning kind of in more rural areas or like suburban areas, I'd say, now this feels like intense, you know?
Okay, so we're not technically using this as a mode of transport, but we arrived here on the ferry, so we had to find something else to do. So we're going to get on the tramway, which takes us over to Roosevelt Island, and then we're probably going to get the subway back. So it's a little bit of a cheat, but it should be a fun way to see the skyline of the city from a different angle that we haven't seen yet. The tramway is part of the MTA system, so it's the same exact system as the subway, costs the same as the subway, and is one of the 2 commuter routes into and out of Roosevelt Island. So you can either get the subway off the island or you can take the tramway.
The tramway runs over the East River between Roosevelt Island and Manhattan and has been running since 1976. It was originally intended to be a temporary link, but was so popular that it was kept in operation. The ride takes 4 minutes, and it turns out there was a reason it was so busy that we weren't aware of yet.
Is it really necessary for New York to build this thing?
Maybe not. What did you think of the tramway?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I think like it would have been better to do it not on a Saturday afternoon when it was pretty busy. And considering that it's like, what, just the same price as the subway or whatever, part of the subway network, pretty cheap and surprisingly good views.
Yeah, because there is a similar one in London, but that one is like, I feel like it's more expensive than the tube network, so the fact that this is all included is very nice. But I think that was my least favourite mode of transport of the day.
Really?
I think I actually preferred the bikes
To that?
It was just that it was super busy and not as beautiful as I was expecting.
I don't know, there was a few like
I
special
mean, it was
moments.
still good,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I preferred the bikes. Just shock of the day.
The bikes were pretty fun though. The bikes were
Yeah,
pretty
bikes
fun.
were pretty fun. Would you do it again?
Yeah, at the right time. I wouldn't like go out of my way to do that, but if I was in the area and it was early morning, I think you could get some spectacular like sunrise shots from that thing.
Yeah, the view of the bridge from this side's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well let's go back to Manhattan.
Yeah, and spoiler: we're not taking the the tramway back. We're going to get on the subway.
To the tube.
To the subway.
No matter where you are in the world, there's always an Irish pub. We're in Granny Annie's.
Yeah. Bonus stop.
It's like we're like moths to the flame.
Yeah.
Turns out the subway off Roosevelt Island is closed, so we have to take the tram after all.
So the tram is actually very necessary today.
It is. So that's why New York built it.
We slowly made our way through Manhattan towards Chelsea Market, where we'd be having our final meal of the day.
Made it onto the High Line.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I quite like it. Everybody's been like so incredibly friendly in New York generally, but in Manhattan in particular, I'd say.
Yeah, people say New Yorkers are rude, but that's not what we've experienced. Maybe Londoners are just more rude. There's a big old queue.
Los Tacos No. 1 is a small chain of taco areas based in Manhattan. They aim to bring authentic Mexican tacos to the East Coast, using family recipes and fresh, simple ingredients.
Well, that was an experience. We have come to Chelsea Market and Los Tacos No. 1 for our last meal of today. The UK doesn't tend to do very good Mexican food, so one of the things that I really wanted while we were here was some good tacos, and hopefully these deliver.
Good? Yeah? Nice.
Stu opted for double carne asada, a marinated and grilled steak taco, and I had one steak and one pollo asado, or grilled chicken. The tacos were super fresh and tasty, and we really enjoyed the experience of watching them being made.
So this is horchata, which is apparently made of rice, milk, cinnamon. Pretty good.
It's really good.
Generally speaking, all of that food was amazing. Like in particular, the corn tortillas were like by far the best part of that whole experience. Welcome to New York. That was a fun day. I enjoyed that quite a lot.
Join us next week as we visit Queens and the Bronx for some hand-pulled noodles in Flushing and Italian-American food in the real Little Italy.